Hi everyone, welcome back. I am very happy to be filming today. Today I wanted to chat with you about all of the products that I picked up in the Sephora sale. I've got my review down. I feel like I've tested all of these products enough times to give you a thorough review and my thoughts on them. So that's what we're gonna do today. Before we get started, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me, and we'll get going. I do have notes on my computer, so if I'm looking down and just reading what I wrote, don't be surprised. But I've got some skincare in here as well as makeup, and I did actually place 2 orders. I didn't have a huge haul this sale. It wasn't in the budget, but I did get a few things that I'm pretty excited about. I picked up some good things. The first one is the Glow Recipe Plum Plump Hyaluronic Acid Moisturizer. This was a repeat purchase for me, so obviously I loved it, and I believe I'm about halfway through it again, so I will probably be purchasing another one quite soon. The next product I picked up is from First Aid Beauty. It is the 2-in-1 Cleansing Oil and Makeup Remover. It is an oil, obviously it's in the name. I have been searching for a good makeup remover for quite a while. I tried out the Juno & Co. Cleansing Balm, and I did not like it at all. Like, I gave it away immediately. And then I do like the one from Glow Recipe. It's like a papaya melting balm. And the one from Pharmacy, like the Green Clean melting balm, that one's okay. I would prefer the Glow Recipe one. But when I tell you that I have found the one that I have been searching for, I found it. This cleansing oil and makeup remover from First Aid Beauty is phenomenal. It does not leave any crusties in my eyes overnight. It comes off evenly, so when I go to apply my skincare, there's not like a film left on. It's just magical to me. So I like this one even more than the Glow Recipe Papaya Melting Balm. So if you're in the market for a good cleansing balm makeup remover type of product, I would highly check this one out from First Aid Beauty. Not to mention, they are fairly priced. Like, they are considered a higher end, but they're not like excessively high end. I think this was maybe 20 bucks or in that area, so it's not priced badly. I think for future cleansing balms, I will always be coming back to this one because that's how much I love it. I did purchase the Dior Backstage concealer. I think it's called like Flash Protector Concealer. I do have it on today. I have the wrong shade. I have the shade that is actually my skin tone, which is fine. I wore it today just to like really get all my final thoughts in about it because I haven't worn it a whole lot. Like, I've worn it enough to actually have a good review on it, but I didn't wear it enough because it's not my shade. It's my actual skin tone, which is fine. I just need to get a lighter shade. I would actually purchase this in a lighter shade because I like the formula. The formula is actually really nice. It's very thin and it blends out super easily. You can use a sponge or a brush. I've tried it both ways. Both ways it blends out super nicely. It sets very easily. I think it wears very nicely too. Like, it doesn't crease. I feel like my under eyes actually look really nice today. So yeah, I think I just need to pick it up in a lighter shade and then I'll be able to wear it more. But if you just want to know in general if this is a good product, I do believe it is. I would wear it. I do wear it. I just need a lighter shade. What else did I get? I picked up the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Setting and Refreshing Spray. That was a repeat purchase. I went through a mini size of that and fell in love with it. So I did actually purchase a full size of it. Still love it. Still going to be using it for wedding season this year, and I'm happy with that purchase. Another repeat purchase was the Kosas Air Brow Tinted Gel. I've got it on today. I like to layer it with my Benefit Gimme Brow because I like the color of my Benefit Gimme Brow shade, but I like the whole time of the Kosas Air Brow shade, and I think they mix really well together. So obviously this is my good brow, but together it's like a perfect mix and it holds my brows up really nicely and fills them in enough to look natural and kind of give that fluffy look that is trending right now. So I love that product. If you're interested in a good brow gel, I would recommend checking out the Kosas one. One of the products that I purchased that I was super excited about was from Givenchy. It is the Prisme Libre Skin Caring Matte Foundation. So I believe they have like a glowy version, but they also had a matte version. So I got the matte version and I have mixed feelings about it, which makes me sad because I love the setting powder, the loose Prisme Libre setting powder. It's my favorite. I wear it quite often, but I need to save it for my wedding day. Regardless, it's a really good powder. So when I saw that they had a matte foundation, I was like super excited about it. The gist of it is that I think you have to be very conscious about the ingredients this foundation is made of. It's water-based. So I think you have to be very conscious of what type of primer product you're using with it. So I would recommend a water-based primer, which is not my Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. That one's definitely oil-based. It's got dimethicone in it to fill in your pores, and it doesn't wear very well with that primer, which I love to wear every day because it makes me feel smooth and takes away all my pores and things like that. So that was a little disheartening because I really want to wear my favorite primers with a good foundation and that work together. I would just pay attention to your ingredients because the Givenchy one is definitely water-based and it doesn't work well with certain primers. So if it's not working well for you right now, check out the ingredients in your primer versus the foundation. The other thing about it is that it's heavily scented. I mean, it goes away, but upon application it is scented, so if you're not a fan of that, I would probably steer clear about it. I mean, it smells good, but it is scented. Fragrance doesn't really bother me or my skin, so I don't have a problem with that, but if fragrance irritates your skin, this one might not be for you. I also think I got a shade that is slightly too light for me. So I think I just need to, one, get a better shade match, and two, pay attention to what primer I'm using with it. And maybe I can get this foundation to really work for me. I do think it is beautiful. Like, I had some good makeup days with this foundation. I just also had very poor makeup days with this foundation. So it's a little tricky. I think you gotta pay attention to what you're using with it and just really tweak it to what works for your skin type. So, I mean, I like it, but it's work, which, if I'm being honest, I don't wanna have to work to make makeup work for me. Makeup should be fun, therapeutic, easy, and you should always have a good makeup day. So if I'm not getting that right away, yes, I could do things to get that, but it's gonna be a little bit harder, and I don't wanna work that hard to make a product work when I have other products that work immediately. So I'm a little iffy on that one. I'm also a little bit disappointed that I do have to make that one work. Next up, I did purchase the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 Rosy Palette. Love, love, love. That's all I have to say. I loved the first palette by Patrick Ta. I love the second palette by Patrick Ta. I've gotten very good uses out of that palette already, and I won't be stopping anytime soon. So if you are in the market for a good rosy tone palette, I think the Patrick Ta formula is fabulous. I like the matte shades a lot. I like the gold shade of the shimmer formula in that palette is my favorite, but all of the formulas are great. The cream shades too are just stunning. They work well as an eye base, so you don't have to use like an eye primer. Helps with creasing. If you're interested in that palette, I know she's a little pricey, but you won't be disappointed if that's your color preferences. Okay, moving on to my second order, I picked up the Lawless Conceal the Deal Concealer. I think it wears nicely. The texture is very similar to the Conceal the Deal foundation, which I really, really enjoy that foundation. It's full coverage and it works really well for me. I don't think this concealer beats out my Jouer Essential Concealer because I don't think it is as full coverage as it claims to be. Like, the foundation claims to be full coverage, and it is full coverage. And then the concealer claims that, but I think it's more medium. And I don't think it builds to be full coverage either. It's not a bad product. I mean, you just have to want that type of coverage, which for me, I typically like my under eyes to be covered. So a medium, even a lighter coverage concealer is not typically what I reach for. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's as great as what it claims to be either. So I think I'm gonna have to be in the mood for that type of concealer. I will say I did actually pick up the correct shade in this concealer, but if I had not, it wouldn't be one that I would specifically go purchase the right shade for me either. Like the Dior, I would be happy to pick up another one in my correct shade. Whereas this one, if I had picked up the wrong shade, I wouldn't be purchasing the correct shade. It's not that type of product for me. Which makes me sad because I did really enjoy that foundation, the Conceal the Deal foundation. I still wear that one quite frequently. And I wanted the concealer to work as well as that foundation. But it's not my favorite, so we'll just move along. And the last product from my second order was the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalker Face and Eye Bronzer and Highlight Palette. That's a mouthful. I actually like this palette. I picked it up specifically to put in a makeup kit. I'm going to be doing some weddings this year, and I kind of wanted the different shades to be put in a kit where I could have some different shades for brides or bridesmaids. So I am enjoying this palette. I think the formula is nicely pigmented and I'm enjoying all of the different shades. I'm even enjoying both of the highlight shades. Because it works on the eyes, I've gotten to wear the gold one on my eyes, but I really like the lighter shade as a highlight and like an inner corner highlight on the eyes. Blending does take a little bit more effort. I think it can get patchy if you're not paying attention. If you're used to just piling on the product and then blending, it can get a little bit patchy. I think you just have to be a little more observant of where you're laying it and how much product you're putting down at a time. Blending takes a little work. So if you're not interested in working a little bit for your makeup, I might not pick this one up. Compared to some of my favorite bronzers, like the Patrick Ta Cream Contour and Bronzing Powder Duo, that is currently my favorite go-to bronzer. I definitely like the powder in that duo. I would pick that one over this Fenty palette just because I think the product works easier and faster. That's my opinion though. I am still happy I have it because then I have different shades for my makeup kit, but it's not something that I'm personally going to be reaching for very frequently. I think it will be strictly for if I'm doing somebody else's makeup. But those are all of the products that I picked up from the Sephora sale. Well, I did pick up some more skincare, but I'm not really including that in this video just because I really wanted to talk about the makeup. If you're interested in some of the skincare that I picked up, let me know and I'm happy to do a second video on that. But for now, I think this is really what I wanted to talk about and I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to know if you're enjoying your purchases from your Sephora sale and what did you pick up? I'm still very interested in that. This might be a little bit of a shorter video, but I didn't pick up a whole lot, so that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out quite a bit. Don't forget to ring the bell and hit all on your notifications and you'll be notified every time I post a video. I'm here on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.